Hello and welcome to an update video about my Turtles collection. Hello. Gonna have to make this a little bit jumpy cuddy. Just a little bit till I get going. Where did it all begin? Where did it all begin for you? You're watching this video, are you a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan? Because I am. And I'm just literally going to rant right now. And at the end, reveal something I've just gotten. As an absolute bargain, I can't believe it. Carl McSorley absolutely hates me. And I just want to say a massive thank you to G-Dog for sorting this out for us. So, I'm a massive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. Look across the channel, everything from VHSs, from growing up to collecting stuff. And there's been a couple of times recently I've opted out of collections. And it's mental to think about. Now, it all began with that. How it all began. Oh, he's dead. Jump cut. How it all began. Original VHS. So yeah, it all began for a lot of people with that. That was the first really episode, how we got to know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was always like, did you see it last night? No, I missed it. Did you lend that to Jack Sharp and never get it back? Yes, you did. The Turtles was a huge thing. And over the years, I've collected things, and for it to come around, but every time it comes around with a different reincarnation, that's the word I was looking for, the original just seems to last. Now we've had all kinds of things from Turtles. Now this is a Donatello. Got this a couple of years ago for my birthday, which is on Tuesday. Signed by The Undertaker of Brit. Donatello as The Undertaker, who's one of my favourite wrestlers of all times and just recently got in the Hall of Fame. Now the Turtles, again, it's a universe. Everyone knows who the Turtles are. Even if you're a person called Sophie and can't recognise which turtle, everyone knows who the Turtles are. Now, as a child, there was riots over these things. Absolute riots. And whoever had 4 turtles... Now, I always had Donatello. He's my favourite. And yes, he went on to be voiced by Corey Feldman, the man himself. But yeah, I was always a Donatello fan. And over the years, I've collected a lot of Donatello stuff because, like, when you talk about collecting turtles, you've got to collect all 4. And it just gets expensive. Now, there's going to be a lot of overlays when I'm talking about that. Right now, there'll be an overlay of that. Probably not on that shelf. But yeah, the original toys, really well made. You know what I mean? That's still going strong. The VHSs, there's a couple of VHSs knocking around this room, especially the big box original, which is really sought after. Now, when it comes to collecting turtle stuff, dribs and drabs. When I was a kid, I remember being lucky enough to go to America in about 91 and came back with this red rhino, or a bull, red bull with cyborg eyes, and like no one had him. Because in America they were fucking seasons in advance. It's like watching Home and Away in New Zealand and then come back to England and it's like a year ahead. But that was it. There was a new toy range and all that kinds of stuff. And the toys were so sought after. And it's like weird. Trying to collect them, it's hard. Yeah, this is going to be a very weird but wacky. I drew this video. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be weird. Now, when looking at stuff that comes out, this guy's fell over more times than a professional wrestler. That to me, he looks great on a shelf. Maybe physically whack your friends with it, pretty big in that. But we're not talking about toys. I'm not going full in Slimehouse detail about these toys and the manufacturers and where it was manufactured in 2002. Image Studios, Playmates toys, made in China. Well, that's where he's from. Again, I collected him because he's Donatello. Just his foot spin. Wow, didn't know that. But yeah, there's loads of stuff out there. But when you become a big time collector, not just like that, but when you want something that goes, right, that's the shit, and you can't get them anymore, even though they have done a range of them more recently and come with a nice little price tag with the original packaging like they did with the Masters of the Universe series. You know, it's sought after, but if you're going to preserve them in a collecting, people go, you've got them out the boxes, and I'm like, it's mine. This end of story, it's mine. What do you do with them? So here is a Rocksteady. Jesus. Now, this was a series I got into, I would say about 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 years ago. They were bringing out this range. Now this is before NECA got involved in the distribution of these turtles, and obviously I wanted Donatello. Now I have 2 Donatellos, there's plenty of Turtles videos on it, and I even got one to open up, and there he is there. That's him out the box. I'm going to talk about the range in a second. As I say, there'll be some overlays, not planned when they are, just throw them in with them. I'm going to have some little arty-farty time with them all and definitely give them a polish. But they're fully exposable, you can do some flying kicks. There's some great stuff on Instagram with the Turtles fans who create really good pictures and all kinds of like scenarios and stuff. They all come with a little New York manhole cover there. Whoop, whoop, he's on. And you can oppose them, right? So that was the series. Now, I opted and go back to years of my videos that used to be displayed, and I had the 4 turtles, and it was really hard to get a hold of Michelangelo. And searching around, it looks like there was going to be a phase 2 and a phase 3. Now there was a phase 2, and it was Bebop and Rocksteady. And then it was meant to be Shredder, April O'Neil and Splinter. Boom, never happened. Bebop and Rocksteady came out, and me to have the 6 still boxed up, you know, I'm happy in that. That range actually appeared in stuff like B&M, which is a very bargain branded, you know, wholesalers of the UK. So you could get the 4 brothers quite easy. It's Bebop and Rocksteady. Kept them sealed, fill a shelf up on the top shelf, up there, as you see, you've seen the overlays, you see the stuff. So that was it. That was me really like, right, I didn't tap out that one, it just ended. You know, just done. And NECA's now got involved. So NECA is literally, it's a bit weird when you talk about NECA. So NECA then reissued their own brand, and I never got in on these. The 4 brothers came out again, looking a little bit like they did with this one, but more, I would say more truer than this one to the original cartoon. And then they start throwing out every version you can imagine. You would go into Be More Geek, and you would see brand after brand of different, you know, we had a Baxter Stockman, we've had a Shredder, a Krang coming out. I do fancy a Krang. You know, with a little cyborg. I should have had my new Turtle t-shirt on. There'll be an outtake of that, right? Because I don't think I can fit into it. I got it, and it says extra large, and I was like, in what? In what universe? Multi-Dimension X. Anyway, off that rant. You know, it's like, you would go in there and go, nah, I don't really fancy that. And I've only tapped into one, and that is the Pizza Monster, the alien, what looks like a xenomorph. Appeared in a few of my videos now, and it is overlaid on this right now, sitting on the edge of the corner with Michelangelo, looking at the pizza, the VHS that took me years to get back off Jack Sharp, creeping around. And like that, I got that because of how much that VHS has been between me and my friendship with Jack and what it means to us as kids and that creature. But as I say, there's loads of ranges. Now, Forever Turtles and the documentaries, and you look at all the new generation bad guys that come along, even I, as a diehard, well, not mega diehard Turtles fan, right, walk in and see them and go, who's that? And obviously I know that Shredder really isn't a credible throw in Forever Turtles, and it's, can't even remember the name of the bad guys, the new generations, because I didn't watch them. Out of the Shadows video game was absolutely amazing, which is going to get lost to the world because it's exclusively on Xbox and only on the arcade system. That game was addictive as fuck. That is the best arcade game they've made since the original arcade machine, which I used to have. Can you imagine now I had this house with an arcade machine? But again, sign of the times. The original one. You know, I keep seeing it. I've seen it in Camden Market, and I've seen it in Manchester. I'm like, ah! But yeah. Anyway, off that rant. Now, going back to the rant about the Turtles, obviously, the wrestling one came out. I didn't opt to get anything but The Undertaker. I actually bought this the day The Undertaker lost for the first time at WrestleMania. John Cena is Leonardo, Sting is Raphael, which is pretty cool, and Mikey is Michelangelo. Macho Man. So that was a really cool series. Didn't opt to get all 4. But, the movie Turtles. And when I first... I think the very first time I seen a big turtle was when I met Feldman, and someone was getting one of them signed, and that at that time must have cost this guy a fortune because they were American imports. There was pictures of them on the webs, and the idea that, oh, there's going to be coming in, and they kind of came over here, and like the 4 brothers came over here in waves and wholesalers. HMV, Be More Geek, a lot of Zavi, Z to the I, they were all like, woo, here you go, he's the 4 brothers. And like me and Carl McSorley instantly had to have all 4. Start with Donatello, and as you've seen overlays, they're in the other room, and they can be proposed in loads of different places. Artwork's really cool, you get with them, but again, do you keep them in a box or do you put them out? And it's like, well, where do you go with that? And then it was like Shredder's coming out, Roku Saki, and like you're like, right, cool, that's going to be cool. And then like, oh, you think, oh my god, this is going to be bloody, like, oh, this is going to be just a nightmare. So at this point, I'm like, right, do I really want to invest in this collection? Again, I love displaying stuff, but even now, even with NECA there and stuff like that, everything's got to me mean, I even feel like Godzilla's in the wrong place at the moment because I've been moving stuff around. And I kind of think like, oh, can I justify it? And I sort of tapped out. I tapped out when Tokar Razor incident happened. So we had Shredder and we had Splinter. Now Splinter, if you get Splinter right, he's an absolute bitch to stand up. Absolute. What do you do with him? And if you get the accessories pack, you maybe chain him to the wall, but he does not stand really well. He looks really good, and you look at these and you go, right, he's a collection. Are they going to do April? Are they going to do Casey Jones? And I kind of went, we're going to do a Super Shredder, and I was like, a Super Shredder be bitching. Super Shredder be bitching. Able to get one of them and all these guys so easy now. At this point, the first ever lockdown was creeping, and sorry, I see someone who was creeping. And they did another Shredder, like a blacked out version of Shredder, and even Carl didn't get one of them. See, at this point, Carl's addicted to it. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. Now, Tokar and Razor are really cool. I love it how they brought them into the movies, and I love it how they've tiptoed into the video games and stuff like that. And it'd be interesting to see if they actually brought them into the third film, because I really wish they would have just made the new film series a trilogy and just get it over and done with. But, you know, all of a sudden, like, where are they? And like, there's a guy in the internet who's like, well, I'm glad I ordered 3. And we're like, well, where the fuck are they? And at this point, it wasn't like, not really known that NECA like had the website and you could pre-order them. And like, Tokar and Razor have been like 200 quid on eBay for like 2 years now. Now, 2 weeks ago, I was lucky enough to get a pre-order for Tokar and Razor, and they're not coming out till next year, but there's gonna come for the collection. So then I'm like, right, well, I'm gonna have Tokar and Razor, Super Shredder. And if you watch me recent Descent video, you'll know that I ended up with a Casey Jones because he was just looking at us. So they've got the likeness to Casey Jones. Might be a Vanilla Ice one. You know what I mean? They look like they're going to do some like Splinter and Oroku Saki as humans and ready for action. You think, well, they're going to milk this. Where they're going to go? They're bringing a second wave of the Turtles out. Where you going to go? And at this point, like, Carl is ordering Loot Craft boxes or wherever Carl got Danny from, and then obviously giving a shout out to Slimehouse TV with the absolute awesome video they did for Robin Hood. Amazing video. They just took Danny's head and stuck it on another model, and then that was it. And then Carl was like, well, look at this, it's just John Connor from Terminator. And Carl's just having this massive rant, and you think, well, they got Danny and they got the t-shirt. Are they going to get Sam Rockwell? Where do they go with it? Are they going to get a Kane, or whatever? Are they going to make the other April? God knows where they're going. Or they're going to have samurai fucking hats. So, to me personally, when Tokar and Razor come, that to me is enough. The 4 brothers, Shredder, I've got 2 Shredders. Splinter, I mean, Super Shredder's always just strangling Shredder. And I'm going to have Tokar and Razor and 2 foot soldiers. But again, Wahatsu, like, couldn't get the rights to him. But then again, they bring 2 foot soldiers out, so he could spend a fucking fortune just buying foot soldiers. You know what I mean? You can't just have 1 foot soldier. But yeah. But again, going back to where NECA were going, not only are they fucking throwing all this out, they're throwing all the stuff from video games. The foot soldiers look like foot soldiers. They've got the Krang, going back to Baxter Stockman, the Crocodile, and even one of the most long lost turtles, Slash. And like, you know what I mean? They're just all over the place. Mecha Head Turtle. You're like, Mecha Head Turtle? Are you fucking kidding me? And then they were like, right, we're going to do the dinosaur. And you think, fucking hell, you are milking the barrel here. Now, this is where this video was meant to go. Okay, I've had a little bit of fun, hopefully, with overlays, having a bit of fun, showcasing the original collection, showcasing some of the pop vinyls, knocking around. I'm just looking around the floor. There's a shiny one down there. That'll not be an overlay. You just need to watch this channel. If you like the Turtles, well, all kinds of stuff really. All kinds of stuff. Now, there will be a jump cut cutting because what did I get for $9.99? Once again, massive shout out to Gordon, and Carl absolutely hates me. From $76.99 to $9.99 on the shelf, no postage, no knocky knock 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 knock. It's the postman in your hand. The weight of that double pack, not just one. Bearing in mind, I paid $39.99 for Casey Jones. We're talking Zarak and Zok. Let's just call them Zack and Zok. Double pack. Can you believe that? Now, if you were to get that straight away and pre-order it, you're like, yep, I got that one, and now it's a tenner. Like, fuck me. It's just one of the things where you had to be there. Now, on the website, Turok and Granta were 20 quid. and I believe there's a second batch. They even have the Technodrome henchmen there as well. I don't really remember these from the movie. I do know that they were hiding these in the background for like when Krang comes to Earth. As I say, the 2-pack, and they've got like, it's really well coloured. They're the same colour as the Xenomorph knockoff. But yeah, I'm going to unbox these. They're coming out of the box. I have no idea where they're going to go in the collection. But as I say, $9.99, man. That is just absolutely mental. And I am tempted to order the other two because of how much quality they are. But I think the sale's done and dusted. Yeah, so another jump cut. Now, the thing is about these and these videos when you do them, you can't make them quick. Oh, just vibrated in my pocket. Because basically, there's a lot of little wires in there, but oh, look at that, man. That is absolutely fucking awesome. Like, the Technodrome is in the background. That is, you don't see it. Through all that plastic. Is that going to come out? Or are you going to have to cut the box up? Oh man, that is absolutely bitching, isn't it? Oh, it might come. Look at that, man. That's so fucking cool. A Technodrome in pink. It's like me this afternoon. I'll put this in this video now, running around with what's this Fanta. I was like, oh, I'll make a video about Fanta because Mum was here, because I always like to give, hey Mum, try this. She's like, never trust us, but always goes for it. It's that colour pink Fanta. That's really, really cool. Again, where do these guys live? Because they are going to look a bit out of place with the movie ones. Wow. So the tails are on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hands. I haven't actually talked about this as well, and I do own one of these. Obviously the Turtles, the small movie ones, you've got the massive movie ones where you go, right, you're going to get one, you've got to get them all. Personally, I just got Donatello, who basically creeps behind me monitoring the other room, which has been an overlay. But they did a Shredder as well. But again, these guys are totally wired in here. Look absolutely amazing. I mean, you're technically saying £5 each, and they come with tails, they come with guns. They're essentially a Bebop and Rocksteady. Wow. But again, oh, you should keep them in the box. Why? I paid £10 for them. You know what I mean? I'm going to sit in investment, and I'm going to actually physically enjoy looking at them on the shelf. You know what I mean? I mean, there you go. I mean, they're older than me. You know what I mean? So yeah, the random jump cut. It's going to take a long time to cut the box. Finally out the box. Deciding what guns and what these, quality of these. I wish I got the Rock Warriors now. They're absolutely mint. Just started looking Forbidden Planet, nowhere to be seen. Ace Duck and all that coming soon. Yeah, Shadow Warriors, that's the ones from NECA. So yeah, probably see some overlays, probably some outtakes, bits and bobs. I have to remember to get the Krang t-shirt on, whose mouth does open. Quality of these are mint. Even if you were a diehard fan, that's what you got. But mass producing them, they didn't do talk on Razor. Like, really? See you in the outtakes.
Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling?
Okay, so I'm an 80s kid, and growing up in the 80s, the Turtles was awesome, He-Man was awesome, Thundercats was awesome, Brave Star was awesome. And then you get the 90s, like, what the fuck? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is generational. Like, a lot of things come back around. Turtles just seems to... merchandising alone, there's a brilliant... brilliant. This is why people use scripts, Stephen. I think swallow me tongue. What is that? I think raspberry bubblegum. Where's sugar? It says no sugar. I don't know. Martian juice. That's what I want to call it. Methylated spirits.
Oh god, that's awful.
So there's a random outtake. That was Prague 2017, right? Funny enough, 2017. I've been trying to track down a few of the overlays, trying to track down some of the concept art I've seen for the classic collection years ago. Been trawling for loads of different stuff, and it's getting expensive because I was like, oh, I might want that, I might want that. Now I've just searched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? And within the top 10 scrolls down the page, look, just products, right? Figures. Look at that. Jack Sharp, Stephen Monkey Mason, Smiling, Crying and Happy Faces from the 29th of November 2017. How random's that? Like, it's totally random. And like, and I still haven't found a couple of things I was looking for. Carl had this really good pictures of like loads of collections and stuff like that, so as well. So yeah, as I say, there's stuff like on it, like there's Donatello fighting Shredder of that classic collection that they were going to do. Then it says they might do them, and I was like, ugh, be on here for Christmas trying to put on like overlays and stuff like that. So I've tried my best. As I say, Carl had it. I'll show you why I'm here, so I don't have to like bug Carl to find out whose collection it was. He'd sent us that picture, and like that just gets expensive. You know, you imagine that ring, that's like a couple of grand easy. You know, you've got Krang, you've got like Ground Rock, you've got all free. I didn't even realise it was free. Titanosaurs, whatever you want to call them. There's a whole news team, rat catchers, slashers there, frogs, and more man's coming out the floor, which is pretty cool. So yeah, next outtake. Well, this is where they've ended up. As I say, I found a nice frame for the Technodrome. I can see me in the reflection. Got the Technodrome up, of course. They fit in there, and for now, that's where they're fitting. To jump cut, there we go. The whole gang pretty much together. Rustle some around. So I've got a week off, so probably some mass moving, mass stacking. But aye, it's better than fuck all, isn't it? Bye. Here's the outtake. Shredder. I just feel like he becomes free to ever let go, but you can also see me tattoo through it. But I was meant to talk about old school game, didn't talk about that. Didn't talk about the NECA turtles, like the babies, which are in their room as well, and the canister, you know, just everything. I just had a quick look on eBay as well while I was charging the camera again and going, wow, there's so many, like Rat King and Vern. Like, really? Rat King though? Slash, the frogs, you know what I mean? There's so many, there's so many. But for now, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.